Okay, welcome back. With a brand new president in the White House, we're joined today by three people who know him personally as a friend. Hoping to get an insight into the character of the new president, we welcome one of his former college classmates, Sam, in Boston. Also Jim, a colleague from before he entered politics, he's in Chicago, and lifelong friend Peter in Washington, D.C. Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hello. Jim, knowing him personally now that he's in office, how's he feeling? What's he saying to friends like yourself?
Well, Phil, speaking with him just yesterday, he said he's feeling good, he's taking it easy, just hanging out with lots of interesting people, and he's pretty relaxed about how easy it all looks.
Sam, are you hearing the same?
Actually, no, that's strange. I talked to the president this morning, Phil, very briefly, and he told me he's unbelievably busy. His schedule's absolutely full. There's pressure on him from every angle, what with the economy collapsing and the war.
That is strange. Peter, what's your impression of the president's mood? Well, Phil, I talked with him yesterday afternoon, and he's certainly hard at work. First of all, trying to amend the Constitution to allow gay marriage, which he's wanted to do ever since
Sorry, Peter, what? He would never change the laws to accommodate fags. Away from the cameras, he usually refers to them as filthy perverts. He's not going to be...
Whoa, hold on. What's happening here? Are you guys really talking about the same person?
Well, I've known him since college. I know his views about things, okay? It sounds to me like your other two guests actually don't know him personally.
No, that's
rubbish.
not
I've
true.
known him for a
I'm
long
close
time.
friends with him. Jim, give us your impression of him as a person. What's he, what kind of music does he like?
Oh, he's always been into soul music, R&B, everybody knows that.
Sorry, who are you talking about, Jim? The president and I always listen to classical music when we hang out together.
Look, that just proves that both you guys don't know him. He's always been into death metal music, ever since he was a teen.
I thought you guys all knew him. You seem to be talking about three different people.
Phil, I've known him for many, many years and speak to him every few days. I can tell you, he's a friend of the gay community, he's into death metal, he's a vegetarian, he's
Vegetarian? He eats meat for breakfast.
Jim, I spoke to him this morning.
Look, I've known him for years. Neither of you guys seem to know anything about him at all.
Phil, this is nonsense. The president supports gay marriage.
That's garbage. I've known the guy for a very long time.
Look, I think we'll leave that there. Sorry, folks. They assured us that they each knew the president, but look, it turns out that well, I don't know who did and who didn't. Maybe none of them knew him. Should we just go on to the next thing? Okay. With billions of followers around the world, he's proven to be one of the most important and enduring figures in history. I am, of course, talking about Jesus of Nazareth. Born of a virgin 2,000 years ago, he went on to heal the sick, walk on water, and eventually rise from the dead and save humanity from his heavenly Father's eternal fury. Well, that's what my next guests believe, at any rate. Here to discuss one of the most important people in all of human history, I'm joined by Ray from the Central Orthodox Congregational Church, Ken from the United Reformation Church of Christ, and Bill from the Revival Fellowship Community Church. Welcome, each of you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Can I just
Sure, go ahead.
Can I just say that you forgot to mention in your introduction that Jesus is still alive today and invites everyone to get to know him personally. I speak with Jesus daily, and he never ceases to amaze me.
Is that right? How about you other guys? Same for you? Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
Phil.
I never go through a whole day without a conversation with Jesus.
Well, I guess I'm interested most then in what Jesus says to you. I mean, historically, he's been gone a long time. What can he tell you about life in today's world, Ken?
Well, Jesus is just as relevant today as he's ever been, Phil. He's the designer of life, so he knows what's best for us. One issue in today's world I know he feels strongly about is abortion. And he calls on us as his followers to really take a stand against this terrible waste of life which kills thousands
Sorry, it's not as simple as that. I know Jesus. I've prayed about this a lot, and I know he understands that in some circumstances, terminating a pregnancy is the best option for everyone involved, including the woman and the family. Looks like we're not going to get consensus on what Jesus thinks about that. Let's move on. Bill, your church has come under attack for not accepting gay members. Is that in keeping with Jesus' character as you know him? Well, yes. Through his word, the Bible, Jesus clearly tells us that homosexuality is an abomination, and anyone who thinks otherwise is clearly going against what Jesus wants for us as his people.
Bill, Jesus doesn't want you to reject anyone from participation in worship.
Have you ever asked Jesus to tell you what he wants in today's world?
Ken, we prayed about this a lot, and we took this stance against homosexuals because Jesus himself was telling us to do so. We had many long prayer vigils about this, and we fasted.
I've talked with Jesus about this issue many times. Some people are just born gay, and Jesus accepts them as they are. He doesn't need anyone to change who they are in order to be part of God. Neither of you guys seem to know anything about him at all.
Okay, how is it that the three of you say you each communicate with Jesus often, yet you all have completely different ideas of what his views are on even just these two issues, abortion and homosexuality, right?
Look, it's clear to me that these two don't have a true relationship with Christ. Otherwise,
Guys, look, if you're all in contact with Jesus, he must be telling you the same answer to something, surely. Let's find something. Say, the afterlife, Ken?
Okay, Phil, well, this is a clear issue. Jesus came to save us all from an eternity of well-deserved, torturous punishment in a boiling, scalding lake of never-ending
Ken,
fire.
You don't
in
still
which...
believe in a literal hell,
Yeah,
do
Ken,
you?
Ken, hell is simply an absence of God, not a place
No,
of
no, no.
fire.
Hell is a real place with
Okay,
real
look,
fire.
guys, look, you each claim to have direct contact with Jesus, right? Okay then, why don't you each ask him right now for clarification on this point about hell? Let's sort this out,
Right.
okay?
Oh, dear, oh, Jesus. Oh,
Phil, Jesus doesn't like to be tested like that, okay? He won't give any sort
No,
of...
no such thing as hell, Phil.
Yes, he just told me there's a real hell.
There is not.
There is
There
so. He
isn't.
just
I
told
just
me. He
prayed
just
to
told
him.
me.
Jesuses are there. If three people asked me the same question, they'd each get the same answer. Why should anyone believe you when you say that you have contact with Jesus, when all the people who claim to be in contact with him can't agree on basic things about what he thinks and what he wants? It sounds like you're a bit
Well, what are you
close-minded,
saying, Phil? Do you think we evolved from nothing by random chance and the Big Bang?
What does this have to do with evolution or cosmology?
Yeah, Phil. I've never seen a dog give birth to a non-dog, so you don't know what you're talking
guys,
about.
I've prayed about this and Jesus told me evolution is actually true.
Oh,
there
don't
you
be
go
ridiculous.
again.
What the are you guys talking about? I thought we were discussing your so-called relationship with Jesus.
Oh, well, listen, Phil.
I do have a close personal relationship with Jesus, and I know what he wants.
People who think differently than me about Jesus are wrong, and you should only trust what I say about him, because I know him, and they don't. Oh, f*** off all of you!